Hi guys, it's Extreme Wirehead, and I keep changing this look. This is Remains of the Day, a little show where I just talk about three. So all I do here is just sit down, talk about three things, and do it again next week because that's really all that. I should stop playing with my USB. If you have three things, it just find three things. Just what's wrong with that? Is it so hard? First thing is this gift that I got. It goes with this. I got this last Christmas for anybody who is not familiar, and it's basically a shooting toy. This thing lifts out like this, and you shoot that down to stop the alarm. So it's basically an alarm clock which tests how awake you are based on whether or not you can shoot this thing in a straight line, which is a very good test of how awake you can be, and it's very helpful. Well, if I could just only figure out how the hell do I change the time, because I still haven't. I don't know how to set the alarm either, which is another big problem. But other than that, it's a cool little toy. There's actually some game modes on it, and people have tried it. It's pretty fun. This is a bit. It's a bit What's the term? It's a bit extreme. It's a bit over the top, but maybe it's just to wake you up. That's second thing about the week that was interesting. I am very tempted to talk about this one thing on Facebook, but I really don't want to get into it, and LiveJournal. But if you're watching this, and I sincerely hope you aren't, it's a bit creepy. I'm just gonna say it like that. Sometimes I feel creeped out because I have a penchant for being the outsider in every single conversation. I like that position. I like standing behind people when we walk in groups. I like and I like being the referee, like a lamppost. Much like a lamppost or a drinking hole, somebody who can state the facts and side with whoever is most objectively in the right. And I just find it funny sometimes that some people really think that I have my own side, when that's exactly what I try to avoid. That's exactly the kind of thing that I really don't want to get into. Although every now and again I do play a bunch of pranks. I am kind of weird that way, but at least it's something to keep me busy. That's the only fun I have. Just making sure everybody else has fun. That's really a good, let's say, 80% of what I think about always involves what the hell is the right thing that everybody else should be doing. Not what I'm doing, because I don't care about that crap. How is it that I can try and make sure everybody knows exactly what the hell is going on with them? And that's it may be pretentious. It may be out there somewhere. I would go so far as to say it's quite close to having a psychotic breakdown. But what exactly do they need? And how can I help them, rather than the question of what is it that I need and how do I help myself? I don't want to say it's a drug, but I want to say it's a drug. It's like a drug. It's like, yeah, to a little pet, which is not fair. It's not a fair comparison. I know it's not a fair comparison, but it's the way I think. It's just the way I do things, and that's if other people can think that that's weird, if other people think that I'm just glorifying myself, so be it. What? Don't care. God, this is getting so deep. It's falling down that hole again, and that's not a nice place to be. Third thing about the week that was interesting. This thing, a cell phone from Germany that my sister's friend just wanted me to fix. That's another. God, we're going back into this conversation, aren't we? I have a penchant for helping other people out because that's the only way I can justify being a bum. If you have any questions about anything, if I can help with anything whatsoever, I will do it. It's part of my nature now. It's the first thing I look at. I don't really I act as an intermediary. I act as the referee. So if people have problems, that's exactly where I want to be, because I want to be solving those. I can thank a lot of people for that way of thinking. I can also blame a lot of people for that way of thinking. And it's just important to note that if anybody asks me any problems with anything, if it is within my power, they don't need to ask for a favor. I don't really keep track of those things. I usually end up doing it anyway. It's just the way I do things, and that's it's fair only because I think it's fair. That's a nice way to put it, I think. Polish? No, that's not Polish. Oh god, that was the three things basically: guns, awkward moments with friends, and old friends. God, that was, and helping people out, because that's all I'm really good for, and that's all I care about, because otherwise I would have gone into depression a long time ago. Anyway, this Extreme Wirehead, a bit more insightful, a bit creepier than usual, but what can you do? Sometimes lemons, as a friend would say. Anyway, God, I forgot to bring a drink this time. It sucks. Imaginary drink again. I propose a toast to all things great and small. I hope you have a wonderful week. This is Wire, and I'll see you next week. Beep.